Daniel Ace, he appears on your face.
Welcome back to the Daniel Ace Show. I am your host, Daniel Ace. Right now, I have probably one of the best women's wrestler in the WWE at the moment. I have the lovely and talented and punk rocker. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce you Crystal Church. Crystal, I am so happy to have you here. Welcome in. How are you today?
I am doing good. Thank you for having me, Daniel. It's an honor to be here. Me and my wife have listened to your show ever since you started 2 years ago. We are such huge fans, and it's truly an honor to be on your podcast at the moment.
Well, thank you. I really do appreciate that. And may I say, you look absolutely gorgeous. And I have to say, like, you are such an inspiration to my daughter. She loves you. She has followed your career ever since you started in the WWE with NXT and then went to the main roster and did your tag team gimmick with your wife, the Bad Girls. You guys were such an inspiration to my daughter. So thank you for that. And thank you for signing that autograph for her. You just made her day.
Oh, it's the least I can do. I mean, your daughter just reminds me so much of me when I was growing up. And, like I said, it's the least I can do. But, no, I'm just happy to be here. Thank you.
Well, thank you for being here and taking so much time out of your schedule to be on this podcast. And I think a lot of people have been looking forward to this for a while. So why don't we just ask, like, are you excited for your WrestleMania match against Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill for the Women's Championship? Because we are pulling for you to win because you definitely deserve it after all these years. And this is going to be your first singles match by yourself at WrestleMania because you've always been a tag team specialist at all the other WrestleManias that you've been a part of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad it's about time. It's about time that it's finally going to happen. You know, just being in this kind of business for 11 years, because I started wrestling while I was 21, and just basically, oh God. I always dreamed of this happening, but never thought it would happen, and, gonna be competing in a women's title match, gonna be competing by myself at WrestleMania, but also gonna be working with somebody who is not only an inspiration to a lot of other people, but is also an inspiration to me. I'm so excited to be working with Rhea Ripley because she is a star in the making. Well, I mean, she's already a star in the making. What am I saying? I'm just excited to be working with her in general.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys are excited to be doing that. But what about Jade Cargill? I mean, you guys have a history together. And after all, I mean, you guys did have a match with each other for the title. And it didn't end so well because she slapped the referee and basically got herself disqualified so she can keep the title in the end.
Yeah. I have nothing to say about Jade Cargill. That's the best insult that I can come up with. But, it is what it is. Triple threat rules, anything goes, anything can happen. Oh, Jade Cargill doesn't even have to be pinned in order to lose the title, so we'll have to see how that goes at WrestleMania, but I am truly excited, and I'm gonna give it everything I got. And I am guarantee you that I am going to give everything I got, and I'm going to win. And I'm going to make everyone who doubted me proud.
And like I said, we're all pulling for you, and I hope it actually happens. So I actually want to ask you, since, there's a lot of people who are listening to this podcast right now that are huge fans of the horror metal band Rare, including myself and you as well. What are they like? Have you ever got to spend time with them or met them since, they did write your theme song in the end?
Yeah, I started listening to them back in 2023. That was the same time that me and my wife left the company, and just took a break. Um, they are different, and I just love the way they play their music. And Roxanne Jones is definitely something else, to say at least, because you don't see a lot of drag queens sing a lot of metal, or actually, you don't see a lot of drag queens actually sing in general. Um, but when I popped in their first song, the first song I ever listened to was Wolves. And when I first heard that, I was just like, this is something different. This is definitely, I gotta keep listening to them. And long and behold, I kept listening, and just the way they talk a lot about horror, talk a lot about spiritual things. It's truly amazing, and just their music kind of like was one of the reasons why I wanted to get back into the ring. And when I saw one of the shows back in Vegas, because my wife and I went there for our honeymoon, and saw the show in Vegas, got to meet them, and they were just like amazing people, truly amazing people. And I don't regret anything.
So let me ask you something else. Is that when did you like collaborate like a song together? Because obviously this theme song Reborn, well, sorry, let me say that again. Your theme song, Reborn, was written and produced by them. Did you have like a say in it or anything like that? Were you like telling them like what the lyrics should be or anything or how the beat should be? You know, just basically, did you have like any collaboration with that song at all?
I will only say that no, I did not like tell them how to write it or how to produce or anything like that. All I just said was, I would love for you to guy, I would love for you guys to write my theme song. And whatever you can come up with, I would greatly appreciate it. And they basically looked at me and said, like, give us a month and we will have it ready for you before WrestleMania. And I got to listen to it before we played it in the arena. And I was so in love with it. My wife loved it. Triple H loved it. It was just like, wow. Now that is basically a story right there. That's basically like my story. Because I did go through some dark times around, and I just owe everything to them. Then it's just truly, truly, truly incredible. So I couldn't ask for them. I couldn't ask for anything more from them. But, they are truly, truly inspiration to a lot of people.
Yeah, they are. They are. Now, this is just a random question. You don't have to answer this because you probably have no idea about this at all. But there have been some people that want me to ask you, and then producers are asking me as well. They basically want to know, do you know, since you are close with them, with Roxanne Jones, Amanda Six, Rex Tiny, and Ellie Banana, do you know anything about the Nun Killer? Because it seems like the Nun Killer's still at large, and they're still it's still like basically the Nun Killer's still going after them. And like I said, you don't have to answer this. I was just told I had to ask you this, and I apologize if this offends you at all, because this is definitely not something you probably came into this podcast to get questioned about.
No, 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 no. I completely understand. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about that. I mean, I've heard the stories, but that's something that's not. Basically, I have nothing to do with that, and I stay myself out of that. That's basically something between them and what is going on. But yeah, that's all I can say about that.
Yeah, and I completely understand. Like I said, I do apologize. You know what? Why don't we take a break and we'll get back to the fans' questions. If you guys are listening in, we're going to take a short break. But in the meantime, while we are taking a break, why don't you listen to some of the new single Reborn at the moment, played by the horror metal band Rare. We'll be back in just a
It's
second.
my day. Whispers of her past, blood tears as she cries, haunted by mistakes, a warrior on the rise. Fury, mass and beauty, a creature of night, in chaos mind, her spirit divine. I am woman, hear me roar, lost in darkness, I am no more. We lose our ways in the ring every day. The blood on my hands, while the world decays, I hear her voice in a bloody way. I'm ready to fight. It's my day.